Hey guys, how's it going? Swazers here. Good afternoon. It is Saturday, the 24th of August 2024, nearly 10 to 1 in the afternoon in the UK. The markets are closed, the cryptocurrency markets are live. Right, this is going to be an American stock ticker special, and I'll tell you why, right? For those of you that don't know me, I'll just introduce myself. My name's Swazers of Swazers Charts. I've been designing and developing a system of technical analysis for several years now. Been on Twitter, been on X for about 4 and a bit years, and I've published 24.6 thousand posts, predominantly, and the majority of those posts are my own work, my own charts, and I have been tracking mostly the FTSE, and within the FTSE, the alternative investment market, which if you was in America, it would be like pink sheets or penny stocks. So I've done a lot of smaller market cap, higher volatility movers up and down the markets, but I've also charted out some American stocks over the years, FTSE blue chips, indices, futures, bonds, you know, all sorts of different stocks on different exchanges, and everything in between. Disclaimer: no investment advice. Please read the disclaimer in your own time. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you very much. Right, pleasantries over, guys. Let's try and stop falling over me words, and we'll just go with the flow. We're going to look at some American tickers, and there's reasons. I've got reasons for that, of course. All right, did a call on FUBO, right, which was from the 9th of August, and we absolutely nailed FUBO. Did a podcast, got a lot of tweets and impressions on my FUBO ideas, and it was a phenomenal winner. I did 2 podcasts actually on FUBO, and shout out to all the folks over in the USA that I got a lot of support and retweets, and yeah, a lot of traction. So I thought to myself, right, with my skill set and my system of technical analysis that I've got, and our development of our relatively new TRIFUSIONAI market assistant tool, I thought to myself, well, you know what? This is TRIFUSIONAI, in fact, Insightful Stock Mastery, by the way. Shout out to Bob Smith, my partner in crime, my good buddy, and my co-developer of our Trifactor AI. What do I mean by Trifactor? We're utilizing artificial intelligence, our own unique neural GPT, neural net. And what we're doing, we're trying to do something that's never really been done before. We're trying to combine technicals. Well, we are combining technicals, fundamentals, and financials, which includes market liquidity, financial ratios, cash burn analysis, high-end financials, guys. The kind of financials that you get from high-end wealth management companies. And we are getting some stunning results. This is why I'm going to start turning my attention to American markets. And I'll still keep in the FTSE, but there's so much volatility and dynamic movers in the American markets. I'd be silly not to now. You know, with my own unique system of Swazers Charts, which is retroactive back testing with forward channel methodologies. That's my system. Uses 3 time zones, or 3 time dimensions: the past, the present, the potentiality of the future. What happened was, right, what we're doing, right, me and Bob, right, and give Bob a follow, and I'll put links to everything in the description box of the video. I'll put all the chapters in the description box of the YouTube video, of the tickers, of the introduction. I'll put copies with TradingView links to all my charts and ideas that we're going to be looking at today. And we are going to be looking at today in no particular order. Well, actually, in a particular order, we're going to be looking at, let's start from the bottom. Let's start from the bottom, because I've been posting these today. We're going to look at Peloton, PTON. We're going to look at Zoom, ZM. We're going to have a look at CCL, which is Caribbean Carnivals. and we're going to look at TPI, which is Tapestry Incorporated, and we're going to be looking at BBWI, which is Bath and Body Works, and finally we're going to be looking at GPRK, which is GeoPark Limited, all American stocks floating on the New York Stock Exchange and or the NASDAQ. And the reason why we're going to be looking at these is because what me and Bob are doing on the back end is we have been developing our TRIFUSION AI. This is Swazers Charts private Discord, by the way, and this is my TRIFUSION AI room where we're uploading our work. So what we're doing with our TRIFUSION AI is we are creating individual market reports on individual stocks, and they are fantastic. If anyone's not seen any of the reports yet, go on to Twitter, give us a follow, like, share, X, go on to X. And I've dropped a lot of, in the past 3 or 4 months, quite a few of our beta testing 7.0 iteration now, TRIFUSION AI reports. What happened was, right, with this particular story, is on the 19th, which was last week, I think last Monday, not the Monday, yeah, Monday gone, 19th, right, a week ago, or just under a week ago, we dropped our US top 20 TRIFUSION picks from the 19th of August. All right, there's the PDF. And if I jump in, I've had to zoom in to the PDF, guys, and I just want to show you, here it is, August 19th, 2024. And I've had to, I apologize, zoom in because there's certain information within this document that unfortunately I can't show you at the minute because it's a little bit sensitive on the old secret source of how we are programming our unique neural net, and it could give away some of the secret source, and we can't do that, can we, guys? Obviously, of course we can't do that. Me and Bob are 50-50 owners on the IP and on the development, and what this stuff, what the implications could be. And I'm not trying to hype or ramp anything. Well, of course I am. Of course I'm trying to hype it and ramp it. But I think completely, for completely valid reasons, why I'm getting so excited. So this, what I'm going to do, I'll just scan up, right, from the bottom to the top, in no particular order, right, the list that our AI, we sent it out into the entire United States markets and said, come back with your 20 top lists, your top 20 list of what we need to be looking at for volatility, for volume, for the quality of the movement, the potentiality of the bounce. These are long positions that we're looking at, not financial advice. We're not looking to short the market. We're looking to become investors in these companies, right? This is a hypothetical scenario, of course, because it's not investment advice, right? So the list, right, the first one that it gave us was PTON. Right, this is from the 19th, guys, right? Please bear that in mind. The second was ExxonMobil, Pfizer Incorporated, and then Lockheed Martin, Coca-Cola, Carnival Corporation, Oracle Corporation, Starbucks, interesting tickers there, big companies, Adobe Systems, Zoom videos, Bath and Body Works, Tapestry, Ultra Beauty, Dexcom, Palo Alto, and Nvidia, GeoPark Limited, Brinkler, is that international? Eat, Skechers, I'm sure there used to be a T in there, Skechers, Chewy Incorporated, and yeah, that's the list, right? So that's the list. So if we jump now to my trading view, Swazers trading view, what I did, guys, is I then loaded up the list in this particular group, called it TRIFUSION USA 1, right? Because this is relatively, we have started to pivot, well, not pivot, right, but diversify with the AI. We've got it doing individual reports, but what we want, right, what everybody wants as someone that's approaching the markets, right, this is what, tell me if I'm wrong, but this is what everyone wants. We need some sort of a tool, right, which can scrape the entire markets and come back in an expedient manner and save us time, right, and to come up with quality ideas. I want to be inspired, right? I do not have the time as a single human being to sit here and going through thousands and thousands of companies. I just do not have the time. So what we want to create a super We want superhuman ability to be able to scour the markets in record time and come back in a very finite way, right? We'll tell it what we want regarding volatility, regarding the beta scale, regarding volume, market capitalization, right, and various different algorithmic searches for what we're looking for, right? And it'll come back super fast with super high quality results. And then on the back of these super high quality results, what we want to do then is interrogate these individual companies and see whether or not there's any credence or there's any truth in what we've asked our AI to do. Now, bear in mind, this is a robot, right, guys? This is a robot, and it has no emotions, right? So one of the biggest problems we've got, obviously, with markets is fear of missing out, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, manipulation of the trolls on all the stock bulletin boards. I don't know what it's like in the US, right? But in the UK, well, I've probably, got a good idea what the bulletin boards are like. Some of the information, you eat the steak, you spit out the bones, right? That's what we have to do because there's a lot of disinformation. Why? Because there's people that want you to buy when they're selling, and there's people that want you to sell while they're buying, and there's organizations that want to, that may want to create disinformation and quote-unquote fake news, right? So what is the truth? In my opinion, right, drawing thousands of charts for many, many years and developing my own system, my honest opinion is that technical analysis drives real news. That's my own honest opinion. Right, let's jump to these ideas and let's start with Peloton, right? So let me just close that. Yeah, there you go. Right, so this is the idea that I drew today on Peloton. Now, we are late to the party with this move. This was the 19th. This is when our AI gave us this idea. If you would have been in this setup idea, and I've published the charts and I'm going to put links to everything, you would have been 40-odd, 45% up already, I think, bare minimum. And this was a mover that I was not aware of. Neither was Bob. We weren't aware of it at all until our artificial intelligence tool went out as directed and our algorithmic search came back with this. I mean, what an absolute triumph. Look at the move. I did a bit of retroactive backtesting, but to be completely honest, this would have been the chart. This would have been I've done the retroactive backtesting based on the 19th, right? This would have been the chart, would have given an entry, hypothetically, not financial advice. Why would it? Let me explain the chart. Compartmentalize the action. We're looking at Peloton, Internet Interactive, incorporated on the daily chart. Every candle signifies a day of trading. As we can see, we've got a volume. We've also got volume as well on this chart. We've got the 21, 50, 100, 200 EMAs, right? And I love the daily chart because it slows the action down to such a degree that you can still see market structure, you can still identify trends, and we can still make calculated, intelligent, listen guys, I ain't calling myself clever, all right? It's just the system. Intelligent market calls, right? Now, put the fundamentals aside, put the financials aside. I'm going to do separate TRIFUSION AI reports for all these stocks, all right, guys? That's what I'm going to do. But we're just really looking at it from a perspective of our AI supplied us with these moves. These are the ones that I've charted. I'm not going through, by the way, 20-odd stocks today. We're just going to do 6, which I've highlighted, right? And the ones that we're going to do, I think I've already highlighted, right? Did I already highlight them? Yeah, I did do, of course, because we looked on X, didn't we? Yeah, I do apologise. Having a bit of a brain freeze. Price came down, right, recently, right, from May last year, right. If we look at the chart with Peloton, price came down even higher, but I've compartmentalized it in this asymmetrical descending triangle, which is a bearish triangle, right, which is a bearish pattern, should I say. And it came down, and what we had recently we had a first breakout of this pattern. So we have the market reversing. So July of this year we've had a first break. We can see. I'll just zoom into the action and show you guys my ideas, right? So we had it testing to break. January of this year, no chance, absolutely no chance. Head and shoulders reversal, boom, price came all the way down. Tested like $4 a share, right? Came back up, came back down. Found support. April, up it came. Tested this asymmetrical downtrend configuration pattern. Couldn't break out, sold off, came back down. The first break we had, the first break where the market actually closed, what's this, New York Stock Exchange or the NAS? Let's have a look. Oh, it's the NAS. This is on the NASDAQ, no problem. The first break we had with Peloton, right, this year from this pattern really was June 2024. It broke out, sold off. Then we had second significant break of the summer, July. Price came up to $4.4 a share, sold off, found support. Now, with patterns and with trends in the markets that it creates, and I've seen this thousands of times, previous resistance will come new support. Do you see the way that price then used the previous outer level of that asymmetrical triangle to propel itself off and do this up move, right? So really that was third break. I apologize, I put second break. It's really the third break. It's the second break with conviction, but really it is the third break because it was a test. No problem, right? Small error on my behalf. I'll update that chart, but look, then price started. Prior to that, we've had like a convergence of key EMAs, 21 and the 50, I believe. Looking at the colour of the EMAs, right? And then obviously subsequently since that, price has challenged the 100 and the 200 EMA and closed with conviction. So this initial bullish move is already over, right? But the AI spotted it. You would have been in it on this particular setup. We can jump to the 4-hour and look at intricate setups. We're not talking about market setups right now. We're not talking about intricate entries. I'm looking organically at the chart and seeing where Peloton might want to go when the bell opens on Monday at the start of next week. The UK markets are closed on Monday, by the way. We've got a bank holiday, which is like an official, like like you have those national holidays over in your neck of the woods. Forgive me if anyone's watching in the United Kingdom or anywhere else that's into the American markets. Obviously, I'm not just talking to America, but we're talking about American stocks and anyone that's got an interest in them. There's a swing high level at $5.58. It's a significant gap level where price gap down with Peloton January 2024. I think it's got another couple of aggressive up thrusts in it, personally, looking at the way it's moving and the way that this candle handled the 200 EMA when the market's closed. Friday gone, 23rd. Yesterday, of course. Fabulous mover. I think it's a trend reversal with Peloton. Looking at the daily chart. Let's jump to the next ticker, guys. Timestamps will be in the description box. So let's have a quick look. Where are we at, guys? Where are we at? Right, no problem. So the next one I think is going to be CCL. Is that right? No, Zoom. I do apologize. So I've uploaded my Zoom chart. I'll put on X. I'll put all the links will be in the description box of the YouTube video. And Zoom was one of our suggestions by our AI on the 19th, which was last Monday gone. Right, sorry, wrong chart. Zoom. That's CCL. We'll be doing that after Zoom. Right, there's Zoom. Right, so let's look at the Zoom idea. I mean, I'm not being funny. You can't make this up. Second break off the asymmetrical recent downtrend. I mean, shout out to Bob for his fabulous work in programming TRIFUSIONAI on the back end, right? I'm not going to go into all the intricacies of how we're doing it, but put it this way. It's read over 100 classic trading books, studied every single course I've ever uploaded in Swazers Charts. So there's nearly 200 hours of YouTube private content on my own trading methodologies of our retroactive backtesting system. It absorbs every single RNS in the entire company of the stock. It cross-references it with 100 forms of TA. It uses my TA as the main foundational reference point. Looks at all the financials, the reports, the liquidity ratios, market news, sentiment, everything. All in a split second, all in 2 or 3 seconds it takes to come up with these reports. I mean, unbelievable what we're achieving. And it's getting better and better and better as artificial intelligence is evolving and improving. I'm so excited about what I never ever thought that, you know, I'd be working in the field of artificial intelligence when I first started learning how to chart like a decade ago. I mean, unbelievable. So what we're looking at is Zoom video communications incorporated on the daily again. But look how it broke. Look how it broke. Our TRIFUSIONAI chose Zoom here on this candle before we even had the break on the 19th, right? Look at the move. Fabulous move. Price closed Friday 3.09% up, $70.14 a share. And volume was 10.684 million on that last candle. What did we have the day before? 7.107 million in volume. So some decent volume coming in. Do you see the way that its volume spikes build the virtual structure? I think it's moving to seek, I think the next target, $74.39 looking at the chart. I might be wrong, but it's looking good. It's looking like the buyers are coming back in. Well, the buyers are obviously back in. Wouldn't want to be shorting that stock and caught out. I wouldn't want to be squeezed on a short in that. That's for sure recently. Upper market structure, various levels. I need to try and identify to see whether or not there's any channel trends going on there. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Shout out to everyone invested in Zoom video. What are we going to look at next? We're going to look at, we're going to look at CCL, right? So we've done Peloton, we've done Zoom, and let's have a quick look at CCL. Right, here we go. Sorry, I'm a little bit sluggish today for some reason, guys. Very strange, very strange. Not flowing quite as fluidly as it should be. Right, so I've drawn out, I've drawn out all these charts today, right? We're back testing our artificial intelligence. I love this chart. I absolutely love this chart. So let's just zoom out, right? We're looking at the daily chart again. So Carnival Corporation closed at $16.61 a share on Friday. It was 7.51% up. And we had 42.379 million in volume. Fabulous volume, all right? This is my macro idea. I think it's been an uptrend now for, well, it has been an uptrend now for a good few years. This particular macro uptrend idea. I think there's $25, $26 a share at the top for Carnival. I really do. 25 and a bit, pushing up to $26 a share, looking at the top of the super macro chart idea. So we, RAI, TRIFUSIONAI, chose Carnival at this candle here, on at this date here a week ago. So we're already well up on that idea. Prices closed all above the key EMAs, as we can see. Beautiful. I mean, just zoom into this action. Look at that candle. I think there's an arc retracement, Fibonacci retracement level, right? And I think it's like just under 20 bucks a share, $19.46 a share. Looking at it, I think that's the smaller arc retracement. I think there's another larger arc retracement there in play as well, which will get us to that level. Looking at the channel within the channel idea that I've drawn in this quaint purple, as we can see, we've got a channel in channel idea. So we've got a couple of bullish channels moving in symbiosis, in symmetry with each other, very much how the market moves. When you go out to the macro trend, which is the big picture, you go out as well historically, okay? So according to my system, we're looking at the past, the present, the potentiality of the future. We, even within this bullish medium channel idea, right, you've got over $20 a share moving forward. Look, I am not saying, right, for the record, guys, that it's going to go to the moon in one moonshot, should I say, with a rocket ship. I'm not saying that. Price may retract. Price moves up and down. It has to. But what we're looking at here, which we're trying to look at a slightly bigger long-term picture of where Carnival may go in the future, all right? and we're trying to identify these virtual structures to give us an idea on what the trend is. Are the bulls in? Are the buyers coming in? Is that recent downtrend reversing, which it is? Have we found support? And we're trying to figure out where it might go. I love the way it's looking. I've put retracement levels in. There's the smallish bullish trend, the larger bullish macro trend. I've identified the 200 EMA where price is now over, looking good. And you will be able to download the chart as well in the description box of the video, and also on X as well. So shout out to CCL. We're going to look, what are we going to look at next? Let's have a look at, yeah, this is an interesting one. I've never even heard of TPR until the 19th when our AI suggested it and told me to chart it out and look at it, which I've done, and I've created a chart. Let's jump to it on the on TradingView. Right, here we go, guys. This is a really interesting one. Right. Okay, I drew this out this morning. We've got the daily chart. Let's compartmentalize the action. Let's explain the idea very quickly. So Tapestry Incorporated closed on the New York Stock Exchange on Friday at $41.66 a share. It had 2.505 million in volume. Forgive me, I don't know what the market cap of the company is off the top of my head, but I'm sure we can get the info, no problem at all. Volume has been running pretty consistently with this stock by the looks of it. I think, right, I've charted it out. This is my idea. I think TPR, right, Tapestry Incorporated, and it is in a super macro bullish super trend. Super trend is, I've gone back all the way to these swing lows. In fact, how far have I gone back? Yeah, I've gone back to these swing lows of like March 2020 to identify this super trend that I drew. So I think this is the virtual super trend and macro ascending bullish channel, right? And I think if we zoom into more compartmentalized price action, I think there's a few things going on. I've identified a smaller bullish channel idea in this purple. I think this is how price could be moving. And as we can see, moving forward, the top of the smaller bullish channel idea is like nearly $54 a share for TPR, right? I think we found support recently. Looking at the volume and looking at the nature of the candles on the daily chart, it appears to be trying to break out of a bull flag formation, which appears to be formed very recently on the daily chart. There's arc retracement level, and the top of the arc retracement level, right, gives you $48.68 a share. There's a convergence of EMAs which have been forming very recently on the daily chart, and we can see that the 21 in gold, the 21 EMA has come down and then come back up, so it's well under the SP. Price closed on Friday over all the key EMAs. We've got market structure available for a move in the short term, in my opinion, of price wanting to retest $44.65 a share. I like the look of it. I think there's some sort of legal thing going on. I'm not too sure. I was just picking up some of the tweets on X from that. But looking at the virtual market structure, an upper market structure that my charting methodology has exposed, I'm really liking the look of it. I really am. It seems to me, and don't take this in any way of any sort of financial advice, but it looks to me like the market's poised and ready and willing and able to get up there. Institutions, market maker money, probably, I would suspect, because, you know, we've asked our AI to return some results that, you know, we can be inspired from. I'm very inspired by them, and I've had a fabulous morning of drawing charts. I really have, an early afternoon. So shout out to TPR, Tapestry Incorporated, and you know, the best of luck to anyone invested in that company. Right, let's look at BBWI, which is Bodyworks, right? So let's jump straight to the charts. On that, let's open up the charts and let's explore this idea together. Timestamps will be in the description box of the YouTube video. All right, guys, and I'll keep repeating myself. I do apologize about that. And I'm going to do individual, right? Me and Bob are going to do individual TRIFUSION AI market reports. I'm going to make them available in subsequent X tweets very shortly. And I might even do some separate videos where I'm going through the individual TRIFUSION AI market reports. Right, again, right, so let's look at Body and Bathworks Incorporated, right? So price close, $35.60 a share Friday. Volume, we had 3.333 million. Interesting numbers for the volume. That closed, all right? And that gave us 4.58%. I love the way this stock is moving. There's a couple of slight, I wouldn't say red flags, but, looking at the bigger picture, right, let's zoom out. I believe that this stock is in a bullish super trend. Support for that super trend came in again, interestingly, 2020, like 4 and a bit years ago, April 2020. I think, and then price came up, look, to lofty heights of over $80 a share, sold off hard, came down into the low 20s. Then it's kind of been consolidating, right? It appears that it has been consolidating if you were to look at it in a zoomed in perspective. However, guys, when you try to decode the macro, it gives you ideas on what the trend might be doing in the present and moving on into the future. I think we're in, right? I've identified, in my opinion, according to my system, that this faint purple channel is the macro trend, right? It is not the super macro, but the macro trend. And within this macro trend, we can see we've got a touch dominant trend line. It started like summer last year, right? Sold off, and then this is definitely a key level. That's why I've identified it with the TA. And then recently, there's actually a head and shoulders reversal. We don't need to draw that in. It's a bearish pattern. Price aggressively came down from summer, June this year, boom, all the way down from $53 a share, and then found consolidation at what, just over $30 a share. Recently, let's examine the clues, right? We've had a gap up. We had a gap up recently. So that's not, that's a bullish, in my opinion, a bullish signal that the buyers are jumping in, the market makers are taking an interest, and look at the way that price is now closed recently over the 21 EMA. Now, we've had a slight divergence. There's convergence and then slight divergence with the EMAs. But moving forward, if we analyze it and look at it, moving forward at a point in virtual time and space on this charting idea, yeah, they could definitely start to converge again, right? I think there's virtual market retracing structure. Looking at this arc retracement level pattern that I've drawn, I think in the near future that the market may want to retest that recent higher high of $52.84 a share. Why am I saying all this? Let's just compartmentalize it, right? Super macro trend is bullish, okay? The macro trend, I think, is bullish. Arc retracement, bullish, okay? Lower levels of macro support, that's where I believe price has recently bounced from. Then we've got the channel within the channel idea. Our TRIFUSION AI chose this stock at this level here. And looking at it, moving forward, it looks good. The EMAs need to tighten up and the EMAs do need to converge. But many times when when institutional investing money and smart money is jumping back in, because let's be honest, guys, right, with the charts, if you go against market makers, right, you're going to get burnt. You can't go against smart money. You can't go against institutional money. We need to follow those trends and that smart money. And looking at it, the potentiality, right, for liquidity to come back in and move it up. I like the way it looks. Never even heard of that stock until the 19th last week when our AI suggested it. Right, what else are we looking at, guys? Right, let's have a look. This is the last one of the day. GPRK Limited. Again, last week, never heard of the stock. So I'm sharing all my ideas, nothing to be ashamed of. If I'm right, I'm right. If we're right, if we're wrong, we're wrong. At the end of the day, you can't have fear, right? You got to trust in your abilities and trust in your ideas and not be manipulated by fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And watch out for those trolls, guys. One of the reasons why I love technical analysis is because many times technical analysis will be the true precursor to quote-unquote news, and is the truth, in my opinion. And I'm not talking around my hat band, right? I've had some excellent results over the years, but always do your own research. This is how I think, right? What we're looking at again, guys, is GPRK, GeoPark Limited. It closed at $9.13 on Friday. Volume was relatively low, 290,000. So volume does need to increase, but you know what? You can still chart relatively low volume tickers. TA still does work, as long as you've got a reasonable level of liquidity. And what I've also found as well is when buyers need to come in, volume does come out of nowhere many times, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So let's just quickly analyse this chart. I think this is the trend. I think the long-term trend that's been going on this chart since like 2023, May 2023, I think we're in this trend. Looking at this potential bullish breakout channel that I've drawn, why have I drawn that? Multiple touches, nice divergence of EMAs which is occurring. Price currently is below the key EMAs, but look at the way the 21 is coming down to meet the SP. Do you see that? There's a kind of bull flag configuration that I've drawn. Underutilized market space, upper market space, which could be utilized by the market, as we can see, right? Market structure, should I say. So we've got a potential arc retracement. I don't know how long it would take this move to come off, but many times, right, I see like bull flags forming when they're about to try and confront key EMAs. But look at the convergence. Some people would say, Swazers, this is a bit brave, trying to call a stock when it's right above all the EMAs. Well, sometimes you've got to trust your system, right? There's upper market structure of GeoPark to get to like $11, just over $11 a share as an arc retracement level. The aggressive formation, this could be a V retracement formation, arc retracement, bullish breakout channel. I like the way it looks. I just wanted to give it a shout. I don't know how popular it is. I don't think it's as popular as some of the other movies. All right, but no problem. So we've had a good look at some of the stocks today. Timestamps will be in the description box of the video. I'll do the TRIFUSIONAI reports on them, and we'll see whether or not we can identify anything that's a symbiosis with the financials, the fundamentals, and then matching up with the technicals as well. And thank you so much for following with me. If you're still here, guys, please give us a like, a follow, a share, an X, a retweet. Give us a subscription on YouTube as well. We're trying to grow now. We're trying to get our voice out into the United States and bigger markets, and we do appreciate all the help and support. I will probably wait a few hours and get it uploaded because I'm conscious that I'm 6-7 hours ahead of the States, but no problem. Have a great weekend, and I hope everyone has a nice, relaxing times with the families, and we're looking forward to that bell ringing on Monday morning.